Up next, Clinton Kelly's busting out 5 bra blunders you've got to avoid.
This is really distracting, and it's not cute, okay?
We're going to talk about a topic that is very familiar to all the women in the audience, breasts, you know, the girls. Best case, they can make you look and feel pretty fantastic, you know, and they're perky and you're digging the look. But all too often, they draw attention to us for the wrong reasons. And here were just a few of the pet peeves that we got from doing a little woman in the street. Check it out.
I think the biggest mistake women can make when they're wearing bras is when they wear a strapless bra that's too tight and it hugs you over here and you have that little bit of fat, which my mother likes to call a caniche.
The worst bra mistake I've ever made was to think that I could wear one without padding.
Push-up does not mean that you should be pushed up to your chin.
The one thing I can take away from 4th grade was that my teacher never wore a bra, and it was so traumatizing, and it's the one thing I will always remember about my teacher and 4th grade, and now I will always remember to wear a bra.
Okay, so obviously we're going to be talking about breasts, so if you don't want your little ones to be listening, you might want to send them into the kitchen, let them go grab a snack. And you know, you hear the word breast, you assume that I'm going to introduce a guest that knows, well, a lot about them because they're a woman. But in fact, I'm going to introduce our good friend. This is Clinton Kelly. He's back with us from TLC's What Not to Wear. So Clinton, we know your credentials about what to wear, but what's underneath the clothes, I mean, why should we listen? I mean, you're a guy. Why do we want to hear from a man about our boobs?
Well, because I can be completely objective about them.
Yes!
I'm not coming to him with any, like, ulterior motive or anything like that.
And we won't want to scratch his eyes out, right, after he teaches us what he's going to school us in. So why do you think that women are so, you know, sort of preoccupied, obsessed, self-conscious about their boobs?
Yeah, well, they really do sort of set the tone for your silhouette, right? So if you make a mistake there's a problem. And the thing is, we keep hearing people talking about, you know, I've been saying this for almost a decade, get a professional bra fitting, but nobody seems to be doing it. So I wanted to show you the mistakes.
Yeah, that changes the whole game. And you got to do it several times throughout life, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if your weight changes sometimes 5 pounds in either direction, you should really go for a professional bra fitting. Some women could gain or lose the 5 pounds in their busts alone. It depends on where you put on the weight.
So we're going to talk about five different things to look out for.
Yes,
gotcha.
Yes. Okay, the first mistake is wearing a bra that is too small. Okay, so this is a big issue. Most women, I find...
This comes from going to not getting fitted, right?
Yeah, this is an extreme version of it. This is called... I call this the...
breasts have muffins coming out of the top.
Yeah, that's it. I call it double bubble. This means that the cup size is too small when you can see that ridge, and it really is very, very distracting. And I find that most women, once they have professional bra fitting, find that they are bigger in the cup and smaller in the band than they thought. So you gotta just fill the cup.
Bigger in the cup than you might actually think. That should make you feel great when you get in there. Next up.
Lingerie as like a real bra. Okay, there's lingerie and then there's a bra. And this I call cauliflower breast because it's a textured bra under a thin, form-fitting knit.
And you don't realize that you get dressed, especially if it's around Valentine's or a special holiday, and you're like, ooh, I'll wear the lacy bra. Double check in the mirror that the lace isn't like peeking through the shirt.
Absolutely.
Right.
I say, you know, go out to dinner in the real bra, the smooth bra, and then if if the date gets really hot and you want to go home, then you change into the lingerie in the bathroom.
There
you go. Tip
number 3.
Okay, so sometimes the bra can be too padded. Okay, this is another big thing. Like if a woman has small breasts and she decides that she wants to enhance them a little bit, and she'll wear a padded bra. Sometimes the padding is just so much that the breasts no longer look natural. They don't have any movement whatsoever. The padding should never be thicker than your actual breast tissue, number one. And sometimes just padding on the bottom of the cup works best because then you get the naturalness at the top of the cup, so like a demi cup.
Buy a cup that fills in from the bottom, a demi cup.
Exactly, much better.
Next up.
All right, next up, breasts too high. Okay, a lot of women think that they can't get them high enough, like the push-up bra.
Wow.
Yeah, you can't push them up too high. They should not be under your chin. Okay. Okay. Ideally, you want your bust to be in a bra.
Oh my goodness!
Isn't
look at
that a
that.
lot? It's like you want to put a drink right in there. Like, I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom. Yeah.
How do you even do that?
Yeah.
You like bend over and do a...
Well, it's like corsets. Sometimes women will wear corsets and really lift them up, or the
They're
push-up
like
bra.
shoving them up from, I get you, they're just squishing like toothpaste.
Right, and then you kind of lose your neck, you know, so that means that they're too high. So let them down a little bit.
And so that's a good tip too, just take a look at yourself side view, not just front view.
Right, they should be in a bra about halfway between the shoulder and the elbow. That's the ideal placement there. Okay, and that brings us to the next mistake, which is breasts that are too low. And when they're too low,
oh dear,
they get, you know, they look sad.
But you know what? This also goes back to not getting your bra refitted often enough. The straps can get stretched out,
right,
or it can start riding up your back if your breast tissue becomes heavier over the years. And that's what causes that, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, the band should really be doing a lot of the work. The straps should not be, like, really tugging on you.
They shouldn't be cutting into you.
They should not be cutting into you. So the band should really be holding them into place. Like I said, halfway between the shoulder and the elbow. You really want to do this because it also creates more surface area between the breast and the tummy. So if you carry any weight in your midsection, it's important to get them up just a little bit higher so you can emphasize the narrowest part of you, which most times is right under the breast.
It's right under your breast, right? Right around this part of your rib cage, the upper part of your rib cage.
For 99% of women.
Yeah, and that can just cause back problems and all sorts of things,
yes,
too.
Exactly. That's another real reason to have a good bra. Yeah.
Listen to all we've learned about our own bras so far.
My life is so weird.
All right, so we tackled, this is a weird thing for you. You're doing fabulous, by the way.
Thank you. I'm
so we tackled the bra issues, but we're not going to stop there. Up next, we're gonna start in this area. We're going to talk about cleavage. Yay!
There's never such thing as too much cleavage. I mean, small, little, big.
Girls showing skin, there's nothing wrong with that. I think the more the better.
I think you should leave a little bit to the imagination. Little cleavage is nice, too much, you know, it's not so nice.
Thanks to our male viewers for sounding off on today's topic. Not too difficult to get men to talk about breasts, though, as you can imagine. We're back with our good friend Clinton Kelly. He's been showing us what not to do, and he's given some really great tips, 5 of them so far, when it comes to our bras. And now we're going to move into the skin, literally.
Right, the cleavage.
You want to start with the cleavage?
Let's start with cleavage because, you know, this is a big issue. Like, how much is too much to show during the day or in the evening?
Does that change with your age is what I'm curious about.
It does change a little bit with your age, but really not too much after a certain age. But let's talk about work, because work is a big issue. You should not be showing the soft tissue at work. So generally, let's tell us straight here. Okay, so I have a rule, and that is chest, not breast at work. So you can have your cleavage come down to about here at work.
I'm really self-conscious, but I have a tank on. It's okay.
Yeah. Well, that's the best way to show. Excuse me. That's the best way to wear something that's got a deep V. But
add a tank.
Add a tank or a little cami or something like that. So that's the safe zone for work.
I like that. It's a great guideline.
Yeah.
Show
chest, not breast. Yes. Okay. No mushy parts. Okay. Now, when it comes to age and cleavage, you know, it really does depend on the size of your bust.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to digress, but is she real or computer? Because she is stunning, isn't she?
I thought she was your avatar. Like on your Wii game or something. Look
God, do I look. You are going to be back 50 more times this season.
She's the ideal woman, and she can cook. Yeah.
Thank you, baby. Thank you.
So let's talk about cleavage and the age, being aged. For nighttime, when you are, in your 20s and your breasts are fairly new, you can show them off a little bit at nighttime because gravity hasn't really, shown too much on them.
Right.
So you can go with it with a deep V for nighttime. But if you have larger breasts, then it becomes a little bit tricky because you don't want people to really, see all of your boobs. If you have a smaller cup, an A or a B, you can go deeper sometimes than a woman who's got a C, D, or higher than that. So, if you're in your 20s with a smaller breast, you can go down to about there. And then, when you get into your 30s, you might want to stay in this general area here. So we're getting just a little hint of it, but not showing all the goods.
Not showing the whole business,
yes. Mm-hmm.
Not the whole story.
Yes. And then after 30, you can still show a little bit there, but you don't want to go down too far. It's just...
just looks like you're trying to call attention in the wrong way.
That's what it is. You don't want to lead with your breasts after a certain age. You want to show sophistication.
Yeah.
And if you're showing your body parts, it's not really about that anymore. You know, an older
Or it
woman...
shouldn't be.
Yeah, it shouldn't be about that. I mean, an older woman has sophistication to bring to the table, not just her body.
Good point. Good point. Good tips.
All right, so the other thing we want to talk a little bit about is side breast. And this sometimes pops up.
I can tell from the giggles, they know exactly what you're talking
Yes,
about.
this can happen during the day when you're wearing a little tank top or something in the supermarket. Yes, this is really distracting and it's not cute for the most part. Okay. So what you wanted, first of all, I don't think this woman is wearing a bra in this photo. You should be wearing a bra, and you should also be looking for things that aren't scooped down so low underneath the armpit. This might be an okay top for the gym with a sports bra under it. So make sure when you're trying something on in a store that you are looking at it in a mirror that shows the side view. Really important.
You know, I want to go back to something that the woman in the street said in the first segment we were talking. She said that it's haunted her whole life. She had a school teacher, and I had one too when I was in elementary school, that never wore a bra, and it was so distracting. It kind of freaked her out.
Yes.
And she did not have happy memories. Is it ever okay not to wear a bra? I mean, it was a big deal, you know, in the bra burning era. I get it.
Yes. You should really be wearing a bra, except when you're sleeping. That's generally a rule of thumb, because the better you treat them now, the better they will be to you later. You know, you don't want gravity tugging on them all day long, because it takes its toll.
It really does.
So you should be wearing the bra just to smooth things out, to get them into that place between the shoulder and the elbow so that your clothes fit you better.
Naked breasts for bed.
Yeah.
Everything else, cup her up.
Cup her up. I cannot believe we spent this time talking about breasts and cleavage and all that.
I know, but you did so fabulously.
Yes.
Clinton
Thank
Kelly,
you. My
everybody.
mom will be
Up
so
next
proud.
on